All right, good day to all SPM candidates, SPM 2021 candidates. All right, we are back with Set to Ace SPM program. Okay, I'm back here, Madam NANTHINI. Today, I will expand further, describe further, and tell you further on part 2. Okay, the previous session, I spoke on part 1. Today, I will guide you further on part 2. All right, let's begin. First of all, you have to believe in yourself and have confidence. Believe you can do it. You can do it. If you need practice, practice from now. Okay? All right. Part 2 of the SPM speaking component. The part 2 should take up about 3 to 4 minutes. That's something good. You're not going to talk for half an hour. It's just 3 to 4 minutes, a combination of time between you and your partner. Right? Okay. What is part 2? Okay, part 2 is an individual long turn. Okay, just like part 1, you are going to talk to your interlocutor. You're going to respond to the questions given by your interlocutor. Okay, all right, and you are going to speak for 1 minute. You'll be given 20 seconds to prepare. Okay, after candidate A speaks, candidate B will be asked a simple question in response to the same topic. Then candidate B will have to speak for 1 minute, say given 20 seconds to prepare. Okay, the input will be given totally by the interlocutor. You'll be given a booklet with the topic and the subtopics. Again, coherence, clarity of message is important, organization of language and ideas, accuracy, your grammar. Something happened in the past, has to be in the past tense. Remember, this is a language paper. Okay, your vocabulary, your tenses, right? Important. Okay, the functions. What is expected from you? What do you need to prepare from now for the part 2 of the speaking component? Let's see. Okay, what is expected from you? First of all, you have to give information about yourself. Okay, based on the question. Okay, your personal response, what you have experienced. Okay, personal. Secondly, you have to talk about either a past event, for example, the topic earlier, a family outing. That's a past event. So for past event, you need to be alert, past tense. It could be a present situation, a movie you like, somebody you admire now, present tense. Or it could be a future experience. What's your plan after SPM examination? So it could be something, talk about something that happened in the past, your current personal response to something, a current view, opinion about something, or a future plan. Okay, tenses. All right. Next, you may have to explain and give reasons. For example, if it is someone you admire, you have to give 3 to 4 reasons and elaborate, give examples. Okay. It's not enough by just saying, I admire my neighbor. Why you admire your neighbor? He is hardworking. He wakes up very early in the morning and starts his day. He is very kind. Whenever we need help, he's always there for us. So 3 to 4 reasons, describe, give example, elaborate. Nextly, you may have to express and justify, give reasons for your opinion. If the topic goes, talk about your favorite movie, why you like the movie, Girls and boys, not necessary you need to talk about your favorite movie. Choose a topic where you can elaborate and talk more. Okay, you may like a movie, but you can't talk about it. There's no point you choose that movie. Okay, choose something where you can elaborate and talk more. Okay, nextly, you need to be able to describe people, places, or situation. For example, if the topic is your family outing, you need to describe the place. For a question like this, the five senses technique will be useful. What you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you hear, what you can touch. Okay, and you can describe the place. If it is a beach setting, of a cafe setting, okay, or highlands. Okay, speculation. What do you think can happen? Okay, you should be able to name personal characteristics, objects, or activities in a certain situation. For example, if your outing is a picnic by the beach, what are the kind of activities at the beach? Scuba diving, snorkeling, okay, volleyball. All right. So, what are the objects? What kind of things you take when you go for a picnic? Before you go, what are the kind of things you pack? Okay. These are the kind of preparation you need to do now. Okay, on the exam day, you can't be thinking so much. So now, November now, you start preparing. What are the expected kind of question? You start preparing the kind of vocabulary, sentence structure, and ideas you need. Start preparing from now. Okay, and finally, boys and girls, after your partner has spoken, you need to give a short response. For this, not necessarily you need to give a new idea. You can just paraphrase what your friend has spoken. That's if necessary. You can also give your own ideas. Okay, so this is what is expected from you. Okay, your personal response. Why you chose something? Give reason. To be able to describe people, place, and situations. Okay, so start preparing from now. Right, you have time to prepare. You cannot be a one-word answer person, because for part 2, you need to speak for at least 1 minute. I know a lot of my students, we ask them, what you had for lunch? Rice, teacher. You cannot just stop at rice. Describe what you had with rice. Some curry, what gravy, what was fried, how was the food. You expand. Okay? You don't have to be shy to share all this. You want marks? You need to show your vocabulary, and you need to show some effort that you want to talk. You want marks. You want better grades. Okay, girls and boys, let's move on. Okay, let's look at some sample question. Okay, to all SPM candidates, you are not just going to be thrown a question. You will be given 3 to 4 subtopics. Okay, it should be very helpful for you. For example, here, a family celebration. Okay, talk about a family celebration you had recently. Okay, you should say what the event was, what you did there. If you enjoyed yourself, why? If you didn't, why not? And finally, why family celebrations are important in Malaysia. So if you have 4 subtopics, I think it's a good idea to start practicing from now. Have a good watch and time yourself. Probably 1 minute, 60 seconds, 60 roughly divided by 4, 15 seconds for each question, and then move on, so that you're not speaking too little or too much. Okay, So remember, you'll be given subtopics to help you. So not to worry. And as I showed you earlier, you're not going to be asked to speak about some science theory or some historical event. Not yourself. You give reasons and so on. Huh? Okay. Another sample question. A person you admire. Talk about a person you admire. Yeah. You should say who this person is, what this person looks like, why you admire this person. If you think it is important for people to have a good role models, why? So here, description of person comes in. Okay, description of person comes in. So remember, boys and girls, not to worry so much. You'll be given a topic and a few subtopics. Okay, plan your time, probably 15 seconds each question, and then move. Okay, all right. And remember, you'll be given 20 seconds to prepare. I think 20 seconds is reasonable because you're only going to talk for 1 minute. If you're speaking for half an hour, 15 minutes, then you need more time. All right. Okay, now you're going to watch 2 videos on just part 2. Pay attention to how they elaborate, how the procedure goes about. Okay?
In this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it on your own for about a minute. You also need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. Anas.
Yes.
It's your turn first. Here's your task.
Okay.
I'd like you to talk about a family celebration you had recently. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say.
Okay.
All right? You may start now.
Last holiday, I went back to Jakarta, Indonesia. We are having our annual family gathering. It was in my house, Jakarta, Indonesia. Over there are my families, my relatives, my friends, all of them in one place. We do many activities together, from dancing. We also had food together, we eat together, we sleep together, we watch movies together. And yes, I enjoy myself over there.
Okay, thank you. Tanisha, what was the last celebration you had?
The last celebration I had was my dad's 45th birthday. That was last week.
How did you have a good time?
Yes, I had a very good time with all my family.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? Now, Tanisha, here's your task. I'd like you to talk about a person you admire. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. All right, you may start now.
The person that I admire is my father. My father is a well-known professor in University of Malaya. I admire him because of many reasons. For example, he has been to many reputable universities, and he has also given many lectures in conferences. Other than that, my father is also a very strong and independent man. He is the one who has taught me to become independent and not rely on other people. My father has also taught me kindness and compassion, and he is one of the reasons that I have become the person that I am today. I am very grateful for my father and I admire him very much.
Thank
All right, girls and boys, you just heard proficient speakers. Okay, if you think you can speak well, you should upgrade yourself, improve your vocabulary, and keep up your good work. If you think you can't speak as well as them, we're going to watch another video, also part 2, and I will tell you how you can improve your grades. All right?
Good evening.
Okay. All right, thank you. In this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it on your own for about a minute. You also need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. Farid, it's your turn first. Here's your task. I'd like you to talk about a family celebration you had recently. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. All right?
Okay.
You may start now.
Okay, family celebration. Celebration event. I think family celebration I can do event like happy birthday, celebrate the happy birthday. For example, I do the celebrate my sister happy birthday, and 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 who were there? Have my brother, have my sister, have my father, my mother, and my sister. Then I did I singing the song like happy birthday to you, like that. And then I enjoy with myself because when we celebrate together with our family, we can make a strong relationship between us.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Farhan, what was the last celebration you had?
I went to Vietnam with my father.
Okay. Did you have a good time?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please?
Okay.
Now, Farhan, here's your task. I'd like you to talk about a person you admire. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. Okay? You may start now.
The most person that I admire is Cristiano Ronaldo. He look like he has a mustache, curly hair, and looks so handsome. And I admire him because he pro playing football, pro dribbling, then can score goal from any side. I like to see this at stadium, and I hope I can get a photo with him. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Farid, who do you admire?
Admire. I don't understand what I mean.
Who do you like?
Oh, okay. I like my sister
Why?
because my sister, good in education, and she good in sport. She
Okay. Okay. So, to all SPM candidates, girls and boys, why I chose two videos of two different standards is so that those who feel, okay, you are not as proficient, you should try. Remember, if you make one mistake, one grammar mistake, or you stuttered a little, or you kept silent for a few seconds, it doesn't mean you're going to get 0 marks. So keep trying, just like the two boys just now. Okay, keep trying. Remember, there'll be two teachers giving you marks. One, the interlocutor, another person, the assessor. Okay, you should keep practicing from now, keep working, keep talking. Even if you stop few seconds, carry on. Next question. Remember, you'll be given 4 questions. Answer one by one, little by little, according to your own capacity. What's important is you speak. Only if you speak, we can give you marks. So keep trying, keep working. All right? Okay, next, we're going to have a practical session where two of my students are just going to demonstrate part 2 of the speaking component. Okay, welcome. All right. Without wasting time, let's begin. Okay. In this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it on your own for about a minute. You also need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. Iman, it's your turn first. Here's your task. I'd like you to talk about your favorite movie. First, you have some time to think about what you are going to say. All right? You may start now.
My favorite movie is Ada Apa Dengan Cinta, which is an Indonesian movie. It is a romance movie. Even though it is romance, it still has some important elements like how important friendship is, and I really admire the platonic friendship love that they have. I also like how they say that Bahasa Indonesia is the most important treasure that they have in the country. I first watched this movie during when I was in primary school, and I like this movie because they say it is a enemies to lovers trope, and it is really interesting to watch. I recommend you to watch this movie with your family and friends is because that the movie is really well written and you won't be bored even if you watch it a lot of times.
Okay. Thank you, Iman. Aina, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is which is released in 2013.
Okay, thank you. Now, Aina, here's your task. I'd like you to talk about a memorable outing. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. All right, you may start now.
Okay. Last weekend, I went to a Tanjung Bidara. I went there with my family and my other faraway relative. We went there for a picnic. So first, as soon as we arrived, we went for a swimming at there. The water was very cold, and we had fun at there. Uh, our lunch. My mother prepared for lunch Chinese sandwich. I enjoyed very much and ate it continuously. So last week, we prepared to back home. Uh, we threw our rubbish at the dustbin there, and we packed our thing and then back to home. What makes this outing memorable was because it's been a long time. I met my grandparents because of the pandemic, so I'm glad we took this activity for us to meet and enjoy ourselves there. Thank you.
Thank you, Aina. Iman, what is your memorable outing?
My most memorable outing, I think, during pre-COVID, that the whole family went to the cinema to watch a movie.
Okay. Thank you, Iman and Aina. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, girls and boys, you saw how they answered the question. The main topic was favorite movie. There were some other subtopics given. Outing, what makes it memorable, and other subtopics. Okay. Just slowly answer one by one. Okay. Here are some tips. First of all, be alert with your tenses, usage of tenses. If it is an event that happened in the past, for example, the outing, then most cases you have to use the past tense form. We went there. We had good breakfast. And the second situation, favorite movie. Movie is something current, her personal opinion now. It's still her favorite movie. So it can be in the present tense form. So tenses, be careful. Secondly, subject verb agreement. Common mistake among Malaysian students. Okay. So she likes. I like. All right. They like, no S. Okay, subject verb agreement. Be alert, practice from now. I'm alerting all these so that you can go and do more practice and be alert with these criteria. Next, vocabulary. Okay, the more you use low frequency words, words that are rarely used but correctly used, then your marks will be higher. So even good students, it's about time you start practicing. Instead of saying she's beautiful, you can say she's gorgeous, she's stunning. Okay? Instead of saying the curry puff was nice, you can say the curry puff was delicious, mouth-watering. Okay? Sentence structure. As I mentioned in my first recording, for you to get better grades, you should use a variety of sentence structures. Okay, simple sentence. I like to watch Marvel. That's a simple structure. Compound structure, complex structure. How do you form compound structures and complex structures? With conjunctions like and, but, so. clauses with who. He, she is the person whom I met in school yesterday. So a variety of sentences. So you can practice from now. Get some grammar book, see how do you form compound sentences, complex sentences. These are not difficult. You use them regularly, but you should be alert so that you ensure you use different varieties so that you get better band. I believe all of you want to be in the better band. That's why you are watching this program. All right, next, elaboration. Elaborate. As I said, don't be a one-word answer person. We can't give you marks if you don't open your mouth and say something. So elaborate. How was your lunch? Instead of saying good, what you ate? How was each of the ingredient? Why you like the movie? Because I like the movie. How? Elaborate. Think of 4 reasons. Why you like the hero? Why you like the issue in the movie? Will you recommend the movie to your friends? Will you tell your friend, oh, please go and watch? Or you say, no, don't waste your time. Better you do something useful at home. Okay? So elaborate and give examples. Give examples. So girls and boys, remember tenses. Practice from now. Be alert with your tenses. Subject-verb agreement, vocabulary, sentence structures, elaboration, examples. With these taken care, you should get good bands for your speaking component. All right? And not to forget how to excel in speaking tests. Greet. Greet. Part 2, you don't have to greet. Continuation. Respond to your interlocutor. Elaborate. Be alert. Remember, you have to listen to your partner's question and get ready. You'll be questioned. Be alert. Okay? And turn taking. Okay, turn taking not so much part 2, part 3. Okay? All right. So, boys and girls, remember, practice makes perfect. Okay? You still have a few more months to look at the kind of topics you can expect. I've given you what is expected from you. Description of people, description of place, or for whatever selection you do, give reasons. Okay? Right. And also, to get better grades, you need to use cohesive devices and linkers. Firstly, secondly, thirdly, with such words, you get better bands. Okay, thank you, girls and boys, and my students. Thank you very much. We shall meet next time, and good luck for your SPM examination. Thank you very much.